Hey everybody! Today from home. It's a little windy outside. Third storm in a row, and authorities say it's better to stay inside in order to not get killed by a falling tree or flying roof parts. Hence, today from my living room. Maybe next day from the woods. Today, let's talk about rain gear. Now, when it comes to rain gear, many people are walking with rain jackets built up with membranes, such like Gore-Tex, high vent, Texapor. Every brand has its own membrane. And yeah, those membrane jackets can be kind of expensive. And yeah, for example, I tell you my story of rain jacket. So, first 3 Caminos. I walked with this one. Brand doesn't matter. Water column 15,000. It was on sale, reduced from 250 to 160 euro. Not cheap. And yeah, on the first Camino, I had, the first 2 or 3 days was kind of rainy in the Pyrenees, but it was also cold, and the rain jacket was waterproof. Second Camino. First week, sunny. And after that, 3 weeks of rain. And the rain jacket didn't work anymore. Especially, walking on the mesetas. No place to hide. Windy, rain, flying horizontally. No chance. Wet from the inside and from the outside. Now on my third Camino, I had almost no rain, so I cannot complain about the jacket. The fourth Camino, I bought a new one. This one. I think 250 euros. 25,000 water column. Waterproof, so-called. And fortunately, first part was dry and I had rain only on the last week. And can I tell you? I got wet. From the inside and from the outside. And I was kind of disappointed. And when I waited to get my Compostela, at the pilgrim's office, you always have to wait. I had some time and I wrote an email to the manufacturer of this jacket, and I just said I don't want to complain, I don't want no refund, I want just to understand, and they should explain me how it could be that a brand new jacket, waterproof, brand new jacket, is not waterproof. And they said, maybe something went wrong in production. We have to check this, and you can send your jacket and we'll test. Now, I didn't send in the jacket because it was not my point. I just wanted to understand for myself. Now, when I got back home, I went to my local outdoor outfitter and I said, could you please try to explain why a waterproof jacket, brand new waterproof jacket, is not waterproof? I don't want a refund, I don't want to complain, I just want to understand. And he said, where have you been? And I said, in Spain, Camino de Santiago. And he said, so it was not very cold, was it? No, it wasn't. I said, that's the point. He said, this number of water column, he said, this is tested under laboratory conditions. And by the way, if you want to Google it, very complicated to calculate that, so I don't want to explain that here. And he said, if you go back home with your jacket under your shower, will be perfectly waterproof. No problem at all. Problem is, you've been in Spain, was not very cold. And he said when it's warm outside, maybe high humidity, you're sweating from the inside. The humidity from the inside cannot evaporate on the surface. And the water droplets got stuck between the membranes. And from this moment, the membrane collapses and is not waterproof anymore. And he said, why didn't tell me anybody? And he said, did you ask me? I said, no. I said, see, if you would have asked me, I would have told you. And he said, it doesn't matter if your rain jacket is about 100 euros, 500, 800 euros. There's no problem. We have rain jackets for 800 euros. He said, and for every membrane, there is a point when the membranes collapse. And from this moment, you're done. And he said, when it's warm outside, high humidity, just wear a t-shirt. You don't get cold, you get wet anyway. T-shirt dries, perfect. Now when it's cold and windy and it's raining, rain jacket is nice. Warm weather doesn't work at all. He said when you're walking in warm weather, you're better off with a kind of emergency poncho for 2 euros made out of plastic. But a rain jacket for several hundred euros makes no sense at all. Save that money. So I do not tell you to not buy a rain jacket. I don't tell you to buy an expensive rain jacket. I like expensive stuff. But do not expect 100% waterproof, because in general, it's not. So on my last Camino, I started with a 100% plastic rain jacket. You know, seamed seals. 100% waterproof from the outside and from the inside. And you cannot imagine how much I sweated. I was so wet from the inside, it was so disgusting. So I guess it was at a store. I dropped the rain jacket into the bin and bought another cheap one. I think 8,000 watercolor for about 100 euros. Just for emergency. Anyway, don't pay too much on your rain jacket. And the same for rain pants. I had rain pants, perfectly fine. I guess I bought them at TJ Maxx for 20 euros. 100% plastic, 100% waterproof, perfect, absolutely sufficient. Now in heavy rain, what I do not recommend is to not wear rain pants. Because even if you wear, let's say, fast dry hiking pants from artificial fabric and lightweight and stuff like that, when they're wet and they have no chance to dry and you have to walk in wet pants, that's not very nice feeling. You don't want that. And getting back to, I think, 2 videos ago, I talked about shoes. On my second Camino, I walked in almost 3 weeks of permanent rain. And when you walk in trail runners or sneakers or light shoes in general, your feet get wet. You can quote me on that. And you don't want to walk long distances in wet feet. You know what happens? Blisters. So, to sum this all up, buy a rain jacket You decide yourself how much money you want to spend. But always keep in mind, they might not be waterproof, although they say so. Maybe for extreme weather, buy this kind of emergency ponchos made out of translucent plastic, you know this stuff, for €2. Cheap rain pants, and think about if you want to risk that your feet get wet. It's your choice. One short word to ponchos. There's always, on the internet or in the forums, there's always discussions like, what is better, a poncho or a rain jacket? You can say that. It is my opinion, it's a matter of taste. It's not due to the look, because on the Camino, nobody cares how you look like. But it's more, for me, I tried it once. It feels a little uncomfortable to put them on and put them off. And when it's windy, like in the Mesetas, when there's no place to hide, and you got always wind from all sides, you're like, due to the wind resistance, you're like a sailing boat, and you fight against the wind. And with a normal rain jacket, you don't have at least this problem. But advantages, you can cover your backpack. Otherwise, you have to put an additional rain cover over your backpack. But you have to decide. I don't say that the ponchos are bad, I just say ponchos are not for me. So, this being said, till next week, I hope out from the woods, out of the woods. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay dry, stay tuned. Buon Camino.